Today we are going to talk about student engagement and a few techniques on how to keep your students engaged and involved within your daily lessons. These steps to engage learners within your classroom will promote student involvement, social interaction, peer support, and promote lifelong learning. We will discuss the creation of a safe classroom environment, creating your own engagement meter, steps for successful classroom engagement, the creation of self-efficacy for students where they explore and promote different paths to derive answers to problems, tapping into students' self-awareness and skills, and creating transparency between students and assignments.
Students who have been shamed or belittled by the teachers or another student will not effectively engage in challenging tasks. Consider having a rule such as, we do not put others down, tell others to shut up, or laugh at other people. Apply it to yourself as well as your students. This is the foundation of a supportive, collaborative learning environment. To learn and grow, one must take risks, but most people will not take risks in an emotionally unsafe environment. Student performance will drop significantly when the classroom setting is not a safe, comfortable learning environment. To help improve this area in your classroom, ask yourself, would I feel comfortable asking questions and defending my opinions within this class? As an instructor, it is crucial for you to have a positive attitude towards everything that happens with the classroom for the simple fact your attitude will be contagious to your students.
Begin activities with a task that nearly all of the class can do without your help. This will set the students up for success. If this is not done, a bad attitude could spread from student to student, ultimately losing them from any type of effective instruction. Think, why would anyone want to put forth an honest effort if the results are always grief-stricken? Get your students used to the fact that when you say, please begin, they should take the knowledge you have provided and expand upon it. This gets everyone on the bandwagon. Then make sure your students know that these initial easy tasks will always be followed by increasingly challenging ones. Create intriguing and complex tasks so that various students have a chance to excel and take on the role of helping others. This will help promote healthy social interaction and peer support.
As an instructor, it is vital to student performance that you know when your students are deep into thought and are completely engaged within the lesson. Master teachers create an active learning environment in which students are on task in their thinking and speaking or are collaboratively working close to 110% of the time. Such teachers notice and measure not only when students are on task, but also the quality of their engagement. Although it may take years to develop this assortment of skills and lessons that enable you to permanently create this active learning environment, you can begin by discovering which activities truly engage your students. The more brutally honest you are with yourself, the faster you will obtain the desired results. As with anything in life, you will always reap what you sow.
The first question you should ask yourself when you prepare for project learning is how many of the students say, we can't wait to do another project, versus, oh no, not another project. Teachers tend to get the first response when they scaffold challenging tasks so that all students become successful. An example is, take the typical task of interviewing an adult outside the classroom about agriculture business today. Some teachers assign the task on Monday and expect it to be done the following Monday, confident that by including the weekend, they are providing sufficient support. Other teachers realize that finding and calling and interviewing an adult are challenging tasks for most young people. While interviewing and conversing with individuals for their projects, students can use social media as a crutch to help them with social interactions that occur on a daily basis. Providing such methods leads us to the next point. Encourage students to create intermediate steps, such as brainstorming, searching online for phone numbers, creating quality and hypothesizing insightful interview questions, and role-playing the interview in class. This will help to set all students up for success with their project. Project learning can be a beneficial substitute to classroom instruction. By influencing students to get involved outside of the classroom, you are helping to promote lifelong learning.
Master teachers highly value the last moments of class as a time for summarizing, sharing, and reflecting. A nice way to change the pace of your class is to have students write regular reflections on the work that they have done. Encourage and focus their writing with a prompt such as, "What was most confusing about what you learned today?" and "What new thing did you learn was the easiest to understand?" Using this approach to guide future lessons and activities, understanding what the students are picking up can become a tool during later lesson creation. Also, it can be very rewarding to know what your students are actually comprehending and maintaining during the day's lesson and activities. Consider writing responses to students in order to continue transparency with students about their work and needs. This will provide an increased professional, personal relationship between you and your students, helping to gain their trust, respect, and engagement. A day is never wasted when something is learned.
You know you have created a rich learning environment when all students are engaged in arguing about the best way to complete the assignment. When you use questions and problems that allow for multiple strategies to reach a successful outcome, you give students the opportunity to make choices and then compare their techniques. This strategy challenges them to operate at a higher level of thinking compared to when they can only share the correct answer. Master educators should avidly collect problems and tasks that have multiple paths to a solution. As an agriculture educator, I ask for different ways on how to determine whether an animal is sick or ill. For example, I can present this problem, then say, there are at least 3 different strategies for finding the answer. Can you discover them all? By giving students the power to discover their own learning strategies, we as educators build their self-efficacy.
When promoting student self-awareness within the classroom, the educator must have all the students rely on prior knowledge of lesson content and increase complexity at each level of content mastery. Effective learning requires that certain skills and processes be available for quick recall. Many students let too much of their knowledge float in a sea of confusion and develop a habit of guessing, sometimes without even knowing that they are guessing. Have students place a check, slash, or an X to determine how confident they are with their answer to each question on an assignment. This approach encourages students to check their answers and reflect on their confidence level. It is essential that students understand self-awareness and confidence on any assignment, whether they get the answer correct or incorrect. A confident student will perform well and stay engaged, promoting their peers to follow their lead.
Every day, include some questions on the board you require every student to answer as soon as they walk in the room. Find a question you know everyone can answer simply and have the class respond all at once. You can ask students to put a hand up when they're ready to answer, throw a tape ball to the student, and have them give a response to the question. If their answer is incorrect or somewhat close to the correct answer, have the student then choose one of their peers to answer the question differently or correctly. The student will then throw the tape ball to their peer. This technique will keep all students engaged within the activity in question, as no one will know where the tape ball will end up. Continue this strategy throughout the rest of the day's lesson to maintain engagement.
When your students ask, "Why do we need to know this?" you must be ready with the best answer possible. Great project assignments incorporate authentic tasks that will help students in their lives, jobs, or relationships. Engage students by developing an inventory of big ideas to help you make the connections between your assignments and important life skills, expertise, and craftsmanship. Also search out the process experts use repeatedly. Keep a journal of the big ideas you've discovered by teaching your subject. By continually referring to these big ideas for projects, you will encourage students to develop skills they will use throughout their lives. Through being transparent in the classroom, you can ensure student involvement and engagement by incorporating content that pertains to real life and their future. I'm breaking up with you. Come along about a Monday morning.